Anthony.
We're live.
We are live.
Yeah.
And we're here today to talk about Eric Conn. He's a Kentucky disability lawyer. And I want to say our intention is not to bash anyone,
Right.
but to point out some holes in the FATCA experience.
If you're in Kentucky or West Virginia, you probably know Eric Conn because his marketing was pretty pervasive. He had con girls show up at sporting events, and there were some cute little hotties there. You might have recognized
The
them.
billboards.
The billboards. He was a little bit outlandish, and so he sort of had a scheme going the whole time. He had some things going. There was the outlandish attorney on the surface, and then there was the criminal underneath there, or alleged criminal.
Yes. So
who fled the country.
He started his practice in 1993. He built it into one of the most lucrative disability law firms in the country. He portrayed himself as Mr. Social Security. But now he's at the center of a nearly $600 million social, can't say that word, security fraud case. So they discovered he'd been bribing a doctor and a judge to approve disability claims based on fake medical evidence.
Right. So this is $600 million that was alleged to have been stolen from the government. It's not that he got the $600 million because he probably gave some of his clients some of that.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows how honest or dishonest he was with them. So it's not that he has $600 million of his own, but you can imagine that a percentage of that, on these contingencies, which you are allowed to do on Social Security, so it is quite lucrative. A lot of firms have made a ton of money with Social Security claims, and from what I know of the law, that it's basically you'll get it. In that if you support and you appeal your claim, you're going to get it. And the government is kind of generous with these Social Security benefits as long as you get an attorney and appeal.
Right. So he does have a plea deal.
Yes.
He agreed to pay the federal government $5.7 million and reimburse Social Security $46 million.
Yeah.
And he also surrendered his passport in April 2016 after being indicted.
Yeah, but they didn't, I guess, put enough bond on him, right? He was a little bit of a flight risk. That information probably came out after the fact, to be honest. I don't know if anyone knew it, and we're not sure exactly how much people are saying things, that he was planning things all along, and it generally fits in there.
At least six people, he said, I will flee the country instead of going to jail. So how do you do that?
So where do we set your bond there? Maybe keep an eye out for him. But he was also very clever. This is demonstrating what I've been saying about the Foreign Account Tax Reporting Act and FBAR, that if someone has a true criminal intent, they're going to take steps to avoid all of the detection there. They understand how the law is actually working, right? And they know the things to do. They understand the most devious people can get around it. The people get trapped and ensnared by FBAR and FATCA are those who don't even know about it. That means they didn't really have a criminal intent, did they? And we're sort of always seeing, even where the Department of Justice puts criminal charges against someone, it really doesn't make sense with the level of crime. Even if what happened is true, we see little old ladies in Florida that inherited money that maybe they did do something intentional. Maybe they did. But does it deserve having your entire fortune wiped out? And especially when you look at the cost of the government, whatever it wasn't really all that much. Now, in this case, you have someone who cost the government $600 million. And, this is when I looked at that number, I said, that's really close to the $800 million that FATCA is alleged to bring in each year. So, wow, do we need FATCA, or maybe we just try to avoid paying guys $600 million in fraudulent Social Security claims? And I bet that number is inflated a bit because they're probably grouping together legitimate and non-legitimate ones. And the plea deal was not even close to $600 million. The plea deal is at $46 million. And I would imagine that the plea deals always have an amount of money that's never going to be paid, so why not go for the $600 million if it could be supported? So someone did a pre-sentence investigation and determined that. So maybe it's more like a $46 million and just a $600 million overall. I don't know, but who really does know here?
Okay, so why didn't FATCA catch this guy? He's now a fugitive. He's fled the U.S. using a fake passport,
which you can get apparently. They just don't exist in movies. They actually do exist. I heard they're $25,000.
I have no idea.
I don't know. A good one.
Many believe that Conn had stashed money overseas to live on, but the email said that was not the case. The money I sent overseas, which he admitted,
Yeah.
the money I sent overseas was money that's long since been spent.
Right. He admitted he sent money overseas. He just claims that he doesn't have it anymore.
So why didn't FATCA catch him?
Yeah, why didn't FATCA catch him?
Money
Right, because
overseas.
he knew to say, okay, this is the easiest workaround. You just have someone else open the account. That's what he did. He had someone else. He had he has a network of people around the world, criminals, no other criminals, who are willing to do something. And boy, opening a bank account for me is a lot easier than, say, putting a hit on someone. Like, oh, I'll do that. Today's an easy day. Wasn't really all that stressful at all. I just walked into the bank and opened a bank account for my friend. So, I mean, that's really easy, and that's the number one workaround. And it doesn't even have to be a criminal, a hardened criminal opening. It could be your brother who still lives here or somebody like that. And it's the most obvious workaround that no amount of FATCA reporting, FBAR reporting will ever catch. It's the biggest one, and we're acting like it's going to stop people. It just simply can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So he made a reference in an email that he's on another continent that doesn't have a...
Extradition treaty.
Thank you.
It's Russia. Let's just say, well, it's Russia. He's in Russia.
We're guessing.
We're guessing, but
Allegedly. Anthony thinks he's...
I am strongly suspecting it's Russia.
So, yeah, basically, bottom line, FATCA didn't do its job.
At all.
At all.
At all.
In a case where it really could have done its job.
Right, and I think this has got to be, we always see the press releases from the Department of Justice, claiming their hard work of all the investigators, and I'll tell you, they just really seem to target on the people that are easiest to catch, that is, people who aren't criminals. Now, I'll admit, this is a hard case, but just because this is a hard case doesn't mean that we should make easy cases. Well, we can't find any people to charge with FBAR violations who are actually fulfilling the purpose of the Bank Secrecy Act of 1970, that is real criminals. So let's just make a whole bunch of criminals or people that we can penalize. And I would say something like this, it's like the ideal system that we should have is where only criminals are breaking the law, not where we have a whole bunch of non-criminals. And so there is the whole repeal FATCA movement going on right now. Mm-hmm. And in the hearing, when the pro-FATCA side is talking about how essential FATCA and FBAR is to combat fat cat tax evasion and people cheating around the world, it's like, well, you have a case that's even far worse than tax evasion here. I mean, someone intentionally took a whole bunch of money. I mean, I'm sure he left down a wake of damage behind him. And the law has no answer for that. And so that's where we say, if someone wants to break the law, they're going to, and you have to use traditional law enforcement tools. And that's kind of hard work. Mm-hmm. And maybe that really should be where our focus is, and not demand just these, not be so impressed by massive penalties, and not be so impressed with these press releases that come from the Department of Justice. Mm-hmm. It's like you scratch a little deeper, like it probably isn't like that, but the person is under so much pressure to make that plea agreement. They're not going to contest the actual facts to say, no, that's not really what happened at all. But now it's sort of, you get the entire weight of the government.
Yep.
Because they can't get Eric Conn, they're going to go for the retiree in Florida. And that's kind of the sad thing. And that's why I would say I'd want to see FATCA go. How about you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All right, well, you can like and comment below. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us, 888-727-8796. Email info@IRSMedic.com, and subscribe to our channel so you keep getting these awesome tax updates. Thanks for watching.